trouble in Philly, possibly, as AJ Brown and Hurts continue to have their beef kind of broadcasted out in public across Twitter, across all news media outlets. A clear beef between AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, and it's not a good look. And you clearly see the struggles between the two. And even though Philly's playing really well, they're such a good team inside and out. They're so talented on both sides of the football that they're carrying all of the deficiencies and masking them because they're such a good team at the end of the day. If this team was firing on all cylinders, it would be unstoppable. It would be what the Niners should have been this year. It would be what the Chiefs should be this year but aren't, even though they continue to win. It's the Buffalo Bills if they had a completely balanced rushing attack, and this is what Philly could be. With Saquon Barkley, it could be all of the things we're seeing, all the good from all of those teams wrapped up in one team, and they could be the number one team in the NFL by far. But they're struggling on so many levels camaraderie-wise. The two of these guys absolutely beefing in public. We'll talk about that and more. Randy Moss, prayers up to Randy Moss. We knew he was struggling with his eyes on several broadcasts. He was wearing sunglasses like your boy Smitty, but he was doing it because he was having trouble with his eyes, and it just recently was revealed that Randy Moss is battling liver cancer, per Larry Fitzgerald. And Randy Moss recently announced that he's stepping away from his ESPN job. So prayers up to the one of the greatest of all time, Randy Moss, one of the greatest players of all time, and definitely one of the greatest receivers to ever play the game. Some would argue, and I would be one of those people that would argue, that he changed the game differently than anybody else. Like, he is my number one overall favorite wide receiver in the history of the NFL. And he's as good a dude as he is a football player. So prayers up to Randy Moss. Let's break down this AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts situation. Let's decide whether it's going to affect AJ Brown's startability moving forward for weeks 15, 16, and 17. There's only 3 weeks left of football, and we got to ask ourselves, do we trust AJ Brown right now? Do we trust starting AJ Brown right now in the fantasy playoffs, or did you have Jerry Jeudy emerge and potentially be somebody that took his place in your lineup for weeks 15, 16, 17? It's a dilemma worth talking about. And Devontae Smith looked really good last week. What's his value now with turmoil between these two gentlemen right now? And we're going to do a live draft on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. Link is in the live chat as we speak. I'm dropping it now. There it is. Boom. That link is also pinned in the live chat. Underdog will match your first deposit 50%, all the way up to $1,000. So let's draft tonight on Underdog, and let's draft a Week 15 team, shall we? So let's get into all of it. Graveyard style. The fantasy football show begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So the breaking news of the day, really, I mean, this has been kind of floating around, but it's been getting worse. Let me read to you this right here. Head coach Nick Sirianni says that AJ Brown wasn't pointing fingers at Jalen Hurts when he said that the passing offense needs to be better. He was saying, I didn't take it that way. We did. Sirianni's trying to dance around this. Basically, it all kind of started to brew when a reporter asked AJ Brown in the locker room, like, what do you think needs to be improved? Whatever. And he's like, passing game, getting the ball, totally beefing out in public and kick-starting this whole, firestorm between these two gentlemen. Then it's being talked about by different players that one person's a little more difficult than the other. Players actually airing more dirty laundry, going to reporters, answering questions, doing interviews, speaking about AJ Brown as if AJ Brown is the one trying not to fix this thing between the two. It's that bad that players are talking about it to news reporters, beat writers, and saying one of the two, and they're talking about the receiver, is less willing to work out the beef than the other. This is ridiculous what's going on right now. And then AJ Brown, diva-like as he is, as most receivers are, changes his profile picture on social media to be the Joker. And, there's obviously a lot of other stuff stripped from his profile. I don't know where his head's at right now. He gets paid. These guys get paid. Ayuk gets paid. AJ Brown gets paid. It seems like 50% or more of the time when a player gets their bag as a wide receiver, they drop off a little. They don't return to what they promise in terms of the money and the impact they should be bringing to the table. Look at this guy. If anybody should be complaining, it should be Saquon Barkley, who's been tackled at the 1-yard line 11 times. 10 of those became Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns. 0 of them. 0 of the 11 times that Barkley's been tackled at the 1-yard line this year. 11 times. 0 of them became Barkley touchdowns. Is he complaining? Is he saying that he should run the ball? Or is he just saying, you know what? I'm going to get on my own horse. I'm going to take destiny by the balls. And I'm going to go ahead and contribute to this team the best way that I can. And it's a team thing. It's about winning. It's not about getting the ball. This team is playing well. And AJ Brown has the nerve to complain and moan and cry like a baby about what his situation looks like. How about you win? How about you focus on winning and not focus on the numbers? What does this mean in terms of AJ Brown? I guess my conclusion would be that you got him, you play him, unless you're dealing with a very, very unique situation and set of circumstances, i.e., you've got such loaded wide receivers that you've got Charbonnet now entering the picture to replace AJ Brown. Boom, there you go. No more fretting. You've got, and for those that don't know, Walker's needing further testing on his calf, so he's looking very unlikely for not only this week, but maybe a return at all in the final 3 games, because whenever you go see and seek out further testing, that's not a good sign. So there's one scenario if we had to paint one of where you'd be saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to start Charbonnet and not worry about this mess of a situation over here in AJ Brown. You got Devontae Smith. You got a dilemma because Devontae Smith scored a touchdown last week. He's back from injury. He looks pretty good. His rapport seems pretty good with Jalen Hurts. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, will they squash the beef? Is this something that a couple touchdown strikes wouldn't cure? I think it could be fine. I'm not saying to bench AJ Brown at all. I guess my question would be, does anybody have the ability to just move him to their wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3 spot? The answer to that is probably 80-90% of you in any sort of head-scratching dilemma right now with AJ Brown. You can find a way to get AJ Brown into your flex spot, into your wide receiver 2 spot. If Jerry Jeudy climbed into the 2 spot and AJ Brown was your wide receiver 2, you can make room for AJB in your flex spot. I think benching him is literally impossible unless you've got such a stacked team that, we can have the Charbonnet debate. We can have the Jerry Jeudy debate. We can have those types of debates. But AJ Brown is still somebody, as long as he's on the field in weeks 15, 16, 17, this is more of a matter of not getting cute, starting your studs, trusting the process. These are professionals. Things always look a little bit worse than they actually are in real life. They appear worse than they are. AJB, look, 2-3 weeks ago, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, this team was absolutely on cloud 9. There's photos of these guys. I don't even know if this photo was from 3 weeks ago, but they were in the locker room. The whole team was cheering AJB and Hurts together. So this beef isn't that crazy. I'm not running from AJ Brown. Let me just answer it that way. Addison, AJ Brown, you got to start Addison. Addison's on fire. Jerry Jeudy, AJ Brown, you probably got to start Jerry Jeudy at this moment. Past scenarios of that nature, you're not trying to find a way to sit this man outside of your flex or wide receiver 3 spot. You can find room for him in there. Again, prayers up to our boy Randy Moss. This is awful news that Randy Moss is dealing with liver cancer and has stepped away from ESPN. I didn't know what his eye situation was related to. I was hoping it was just, something to do with vision. Didn't have anything relating to this, but good God, I mean, prayers up to Randy Moss. Please drop a Randy Moss prayer emoji in the chat. This guy is one of the greatest to ever play the game, let alone the wide receiver position, and he is my favorite wide receiver of all time. And, you know, I know people are going to argue that Jerry Rice is better than Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson better than Randy Moss. That's a debate you can have if you want. This is my number one. The way he impacted the game, how unguardable he was, getting mossed as a phrase that emerged as the way to get the most burn you could possibly get as a defensive back. This is my number one. And I hope he beats this. Prayers up for the man. What a GOAT. What a GOAT. True definition. We throw the word GOAT around a lot. This is truly deserving of the title GOAT at the wide receiver position. At least in the debate of top 1, 2, or 3. Randy Moss, hopefully he prevails on this one. Let's jump into a Underdog draft again. The link is pinned in the live chat. The link is in the description of the video. Underdog promo code Smitty. Smitty will get it done just like the link. Let's go ahead and jump into an Underdog draft. So if you go over to the Underdog app, you're going to get 50% match on your first deposit. You're going to select the Underdog app, open it up. The link will help you do that. If you miss out on the first draft, we're going to draft more than one. You're going to click the draft tab at the bottom. You're going to make sure the home tab is selected at the top left. Then you're going to get some cards, right? You're going to swipe over to, I believe, the third card, Battle Royale, week number 15, $7 entry, and you're going to hit the green button now. And once you hit the green button, it'll load the draft. It'll say draft starting soon as it adds more people. I'm going to share my screen and show you the draft. And we were going to have a discussion, a fantasy football discussion regarding Philadelphia Eagle players on top of your fantasy football matchups and situations. But please, if you call in at least the first few phone calls, let's have a conversation around the Philly situation, and then we'll help you out with your fantasy football dilemmas. This is an old graphic. Let's take off week 14. Let's put this bad boy up, which is our week 15 and topic of the moment right here. This is the draft board. Your boy's drafting from the 4 spot. The draft begins in 20 seconds. If anybody wants to get in on the next one, all you have to do is click that link that's in the live chat pinned. Use code Smitty or the link in the description of the video and get signed up and ready to roll for this next draft. We'll draft immediately after this one. This is the first of at least 2 or 3. And we're going to do some draft marathons probably before the season's up. You know, do like a week 16 draft marathon, week 17 draft marathon. You name it. We've got super chats that need to be attended to as I potentially open up phone lines in a minute. Not yet. Drafting at the 4 spot here. It went Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry. Number 3 is on the clock, and then I'm at number 4. This super chat here from TM says, hope the beef doesn't end up McNabb and T.O. like. Yeah, it's definitely not a good beef right now. I don't know why they can't fix this thing together. I'm going to go Saquon Barkley with my number 4 overall selection. Josh Allen went number 3. Derrick Henry 2. Jamar Chase went number 1. This is from Anthony. Anthony's super chat reads as following. Smitty, my one team was first in points for points 4, and I missed the playoffs. All 4 of my team money leagues went 6 and 8, and I missed the playoffs. Should I quit fantasy? No, Anthony. That's bad luck if you were first or even like in the top 3 and you didn't make the playoffs. Bro, this is what it's about, the adversity, trying to figure out what you did wrong. Was it managing? Was it starting? Did you have the best team and you just didn't start the right players? Was it just bad luck all over? Like, you can recover from this. Don't quit fantasy. Fantasy, the reason you play fantasy was endure the ups and downs, the adrenaline rush. Like, buck up. You got this, bro. I've got you as well. Okay? Let's see here. St. Brown probably bounces back in this game. Barkley, St. Brown, let's do it live. That's a good duo to start my team with. Smitty, I love you, brother, but you change with the wind. Take a lap, pal. How about this, Daniel? How about this? I don't even read the rest of your super chat. How you like that?
Take a big lap. We don't need your head coming back now. Take a big lap. Take one and you don't come back.
How about you go get me a coffee? I like my coffee cold, okay? And then after you give me a coffee, I'm going to take it, crumble it up, and throw it right in the trash can. And then I'm going to tell you to go get me a soda because I don't even drink coffee. I just make you go get the coffee. Rise above, appreciate you. Saquon, dynamic running back, everything should be about wins. Yeah, Saquon definitely is all about winning football games, my boy. He's all about winning. Let's go with man, do I go Joe Burrow here? Do I go with the man of the hour? AJ Brown? Did I go with AJ Brown for the bounce back? You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's try and smash the hell out of this draft using the complex dilemma at hand. Let's assume AJ Brown and Hurts put this to bed in this game. Let's do it. And let's draft Jalen Hurts potentially with our QB spot here. Let's go get Jalen Hurts. We've got Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown bouncing back. We got Saquon Barkley running in from the 1 yard line, solving that problem. And then we got Amon-Ra St. Brown doing it live. Okay, let's go. Rise above. Appreciate you again. Saquon, dynamic running back, my boys. Rise above. Made the playoffs. He thought he didn't, but he did. Congrats. Speedy recovery for Moss, one of the top goats. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Rico over AJ Brown sounds crazy, but Panthers D. Rico over AJ Brown. That's not crazy. I mean, Rico's playing good enough. I don't think that's crazy. Would I do it? Clearly not, because I just showed you my hand. I showed you where I'm pushing my limits. AJ Brown, wide receiver 2 for me. I proved that, Amon-Ra is going to get the nod over him. Saquon's obviously going to get the nod over him. But right here, I tested the limits. It's not Tyreek. It's CeeDee Lamb's solid too. But I guess this is where maybe I fall. I say to myself, wide receiver 2, but a really good one. Jalen Hurts, let's do it live. Yeah, you're not crazy for this. I don't know that I would do it, but definitely understand it, and it is not crazy whatsoever. AJB, Cup, Chase, McLaurin, Monty, Gibbs, Irving, Sharps. I don't think I'd play AJB over any of those guys rest of season double flex. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Those are all solid options. Cup, Chase, obviously. McLaurin, Sharps, Gibbs. Bucky if he's healthy. But Bucky right now isn't healthy, so I guess you have to consider that one. Start Shakir over Westbrook Akine this week. I think that's a toss-up for me. I'd probably lean on, I guess, Westbrook Akine. Look, he almost had another touchdown. Everybody's complaining about him not scoring, but let's go with, man, do I go Jonnu? I'm going to go Jonnu Smith in this one. Go Jonnu Smith. Smitty, Bo Nix over Hurts with all the drama. I'm still not going to sit Jalen Hurts. Not worried about Jalen Hurts. This show should alleviate your concern if we're talking about all the turmoil that's going on in Philly, trouble in Philly, and I'm still dead set on Jalen Hurts. But you're not crazy, but no, I'm not doing that. Flex PPR Thielen above Neighbors, MHJ for the playoffs. Maybe, guys, are we feeling good? I mean, Thielen's old, but he just needs to get through 3 games. We're not asking him to play a full season at this level. Bryce Young's looking solid. He's targeting him like crazy. Are we nuts for thinking Thielen's safer than Neighbors and MHJ? I don't think so. I don't think that's crazy at all. My last selection, is it going to be JT? He's got a tough matchup. Breece Hall. Let's go with the James Cook bounce back. The reason I'm picking a little different is because usually the teams that win these, you want to have something different. You want to have something that just pops a little differently. And I think James Cook, he's so capable of having one of those 2-3 TD games and then the next week doing nothing and then the next week going crazy. I really like this squad. And to be honest, the projection loves my team as well with the 86.5. This 88, let's see what this 88 looks like. Lamar, Chuba, Nico, Kelsey. It's a good team. I really like this squad, though. Hurts, Barkley, James Cook, St. Brown, AJ Brown, Jonnu. All right, let's go back in and join another draft, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so how do you get in? The link is in the live chat pinned. The link's in the description. Hit that link, smash it, open up the app. If you miss out on this one, click the link now and get ready. Underdog, promo code Smitty. Hit week 15. It's bottom. You're gonna want to have the draft tab selected. The home tab at the top left. You'll see these cards. The third card's Battle Royale week 15. Hit the green button, and we'll put this one on screen here. Let me just throw it up. Man. Okay, 3 spots left to get into this draft with your boy Smitty. So jump in. Let me get this one. This is super chat blank one from Breeze, $2 hauler. Appreciate you dropping the super chat, my boy. Thank you very, very much. My man. Okay, where were we at? Phone lines, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial in. Okay. This is a show we're gonna do here tomorrow, I think. I was gonna do it today. Top 25. Top 25 overall players. Maybe like a mock draft style. Chase would lead the way. Barkley probably be 2, and then it's this grab bag, which I have not ordered yet or sorted, but we put a lot of names in here. Puka, Nico, Bowers, Achan, Kyron, Bijan, JJ, Gibbs, CD, all these guys in the mix for 2025, number 3 overall. We don't even know which one. It's crazy. 760, what's your name and where you calling from?
What's up, Smitty? Brandon, first time caller here.
Brandon, where you calling from?
Los Angeles, man. Thanks for your help this year. I got quarterback held in 2 different leagues. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Okay, Brandon, what can I do for you?
Okay, so I got Tua and Darnold, and then on waivers I got Richardson, May, and Stroud.
Tua and Darnold.
On the roster.
Yeah, you got to go with Darnold right now. You know, I mean, 5 TDs. Pick your poison with which wide receiver is going to get 2 touchdowns this week. I don't know. They feel like the offense is clicking. Darnold's back. He's played well for the most part. He turned into a pumpkin for a little while, but he's back. And I just couldn't sit him after that performance and the way the offense is cooking. You know,
and we're trusting Sam Dynasty in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, your options are read them again. Tua, okay.
I got Tua and Darnold, or I can go for on waivers. I can go for Stroud.
Yeah.
Richardson or May.
So we could insert that same phrase with any of those guys. You're gonna trust Tua, in your you know what I mean? Like it's not like you're struggling between like Jalen Hurts and somebody. You know, you're struggling between players that a lot of people would not even want to own necessarily right now.
No, I know. And then the other one, I got Stroud and Richardson.
God, Stroud is playing like trash, bro. He's playing like trash.
It's hard to trust AR. AR can kill your whole week.
It is hard. So, bro, going off of the consensus of people out there and everyone's starting lineup, Stroud started about as the 13th or 14th quarterback, roughly. AR5 is about 16, 17, or 18. So Stroud is being started more. I'm going to go Lamar here. I'm going to have Lamar and Jamar Chase. That's a great duo. So according to that data, Stroud is the more common start based on the masses in the starting lineup data out there.
Okay, and then you got like Russ, Gino, those guys on waivers, but we're not liking those guys, I'm assuming.
Russ ain't bad.
Those guys are just like all the same to me, you know?
Yeah. In that same data, yeah, Russell Wilson's way below him in terms of who people are starting on average. Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, Tua's right there. Like those guys, Goff, if you got any of those players, but past that, bro, I don't know that
Rolling the dice.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, later, bro. Let's see. Who do I go here? I'm gonna go AJ Brown again. I don't know why. I think because he's the man of the hour. He's the man of the hour. Finding my limit for AJ Brown. I'm going in the third round in these drafts. Rodgers or Mahomes. Sometimes a squeaky, wheel gets the oil too. Kind of feel like maybe that's part of this. That's the reason. Like we're talking this out loud, and I'm expressing myself live, adjusting, adapting, reacting, digesting in front of you. That's what I love about this show. We go live when things break. I go live before I have a chance to even digest anything, and we get to kind of test drive stuff. And that's the beautiful part about this show, the natural, organic, just go with the flow. Rodgers or Mahomes? I'm going Mahomes. I'm not even hesitating on that one. I know I get the dilemma, but Rodgers is a dilemma in himself. PPR, keep Thielen. Keep 3. Thielen, Cooper, AJB, Judy. I'm not keeping Thielen in a keeper league, but I am using him on the way out the door. Pick 2, Chase Brown, Breece, or Sharp. Sharp's and Chase Brown without a hesitation right now. And if Breece Hall ends up starting, then maybe we revisit that, later. But even right now, even if Breece was probably going to play, that's my answer. And I'm dropping Braylon, Benson, Corum, Patrick Taylor Jr. for Isaiah Davis. No. Maybe Davis for Braylon if you want to, but you're not dropping Taylor or Benson or no. Let me make this draft selection. Hold on, Marco. I'll be with you in 1 second.
Cool.
Let's go with Mike Evans in this one. I like Mike Evans a lot. Chase, Lamar, AJB, Mike Evans. Okay, let's see how I don't have an RB yet, but we'll play by ear. What can I do for you, Marco?
Hey, so I'm kind of conflicted on between what wide receiver I should start. So I have Nico Collins as my locked-in. The other wide receivers I have, that I'm iffy on are Juwan Jennings, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Ladd McConkey, and Malik Neighbors.
So same again, Juwan Jennings, Ladd McConkey, Malik.
Jennings, Ladd McConkey, T. Higgins, and Malik Neighbors, AJ Brown.
I still like AJ Brown and Higgins an awful lot. And Juwan Jennings is nice, but if I'm ordering this, I'm gonna go AJ Brown. I'm gonna go Higgins, and then I'm gonna go Juwan Jennings if I had to order those. But those are 3. Like, you have too many options, bro. You're gonna get this wrong every single time. Anthony says, "Don't scare me. This title is fake news, right?" I don't do fake news, and Anthony, I don't do fake news. What are you talking about?
But so Nico Collins is a lock, though, right?
Unbelievable. What are you talking about, Anthony? Nico's a lock. Of course, Nico's a lock.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
All right. Yeah.
I have so many good wide receivers. It's hard to pick between.
Yeah, you should have made a trade. All right, bro.
Yeah.
Nice job.
All right, thank you.
Later.
All right.
Fake news. You create a fake news show? Yeah, that's what I do. I love creating a title and then there's a fake news and then everybody goes, "Oh, Smitty was deceiving us." I'm going to return to this show.
Take a big lap.
What the hell's he talking about? Let's see here. Kelsey, CD, Jaden Daniels, Nico. I like this team on the end here. I think Mixon's a good play this week. I got Monty as my running back 1. I like the squad. We're going to do another draft right after this, so file on in. Hit that Underdog link that's pinned in the live chat, or use code Smitty if you're downloading it manually. And make sure you hit that link that's in the description or the live chat right now. Load the app. It takes just a few seconds. Okay. Sam Laporta. Who do I have at? I don't have a tight end yet. Let's go Sam Laporta. Let's do a big bounce back game for Sammy boy. My team as follows: Lamar, Monty, Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Mike Evans, Laporta. Kind of an interesting team. All right, go back to the main screen. For those of you that want to get in on this draft, we'll do at least one more after this, so you can sign up in time. Click the link that's pinned in the live chat, the link that's in the description. Underdog. Use code Smitty if you do it all manually. Enter code Smitty. They'll match your first deposit 50%, all the way up to $1,000 on your first deposit, and you get like a bonus pick in your account. We're going to jump in. Click the green button right now under Battle Royale Week 15. Click the green button right now under Battle Royale Week number 15. Let me pull up the draft. Here we go. Draft. Boom, boom, boom. Board view. Your boy picking from the 3 spot. Yeah, some of you guys got to relax. Some of you guys got to relax. Some of you guys either A, don't know how, not a lot of you. I'm just talking to very specific complainers in the chat. Some of you guys need to understand how to lose. Very bad losers. You lose, you blame other people. You lose, you try and pin it on one player. You lose, you try and come in here and say, Smitty, he blows with the wind. He liked this guy, then he liked that guy. It's called adjusting and adapting. You want somebody that sticks to their Excel sheet, Excel sheet Eric at the beginning of the year. I get people that come to me and say, Smitty, I'm so mad that you like so-and-so, and then later on you didn't. Like, what kind of world do you live in where you want someone to stick to their preseason predictions only? I mean, some of you guys got to learn how to lose. Some of you guys got to learn how to take responsibility too. There's tons of reasons to succeed from this show. There are other paths that you could have taken that could have had you lose. Sure, you could have drafted 3 of the busted moon men that didn't do well, or 3 predictions I made that didn't do well, and you did all 3. You compiled. You somehow found a way to compile all of the losers onto one team, and you want to blame. That's fine. I don't really care. Like, you're not contributing much if that's how you actually handle your coffee and take your coffee. But honestly, there are 100,000 ways to win. And this show has provided a pathway for that. Now, are we always right? No. But we've had a damn good year. So when someone comes in and says, oh, you've missed a lot, I know you don't watch the show. Because we've had one of the best seasons we've ever had. And you can take up your complaint, roll it up real nice and tight. All right, let me go back over to the phone lines here. Rock out, my boy. What is going on? Yeah.
Would you try to get Jawan Johnson, the tight end, and drop Pitts that hasn't done nothing? But this guy good matchup.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. Probably say, I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs here. Go double RB. I'm probably going to say I'd rather start Juwan Johnson this week, but I don't know if I want to cut Pitts. I don't know if there's a way not to.
I got Ferguson as my second tight end.
Yeah.
I got Ferguson and
my fear is that if Penix Jr. gets in there, Pitts goes to the moon, but I guess you could take that as it comes.
or would you just keep Ferguson hit?
I mean, Juwan's pretty good. I mean, he's atop the waiver board as one of the top pickups of the week, at least from. But you know, if we threw Kyle Pitts on the waiver wire, he'd also climb to the top. I mean, I'd still strongly recommend picking him up if he got dropped and you don't have a tight end. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let's just make this an AJ Brown night. A lot of these are going to live and die off AJ Brown, but I can draft other ones offline that won't have AJ Brown. But I'm going to make a lot of these AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts Philadelphia Eagle built teams. Yeah, rock out. Tough call, man. Chat, what do you think? Kyle Pitts or Juwan Johnson? And if you cut Kyle Pitts, you're keeping Ferguson, or do you cut Ferguson and keep Kyle Pitts and pick up Juwan Johnson to start Juwan Johnson? Let's see what the chat thinks. Go ahead.
And can I get for group chat?
Can you get a what?
Can I get one more group discussion?
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is very close, but would you start? We already discussed it, but would you start Tua, Purdy, or Nick?
Tua, Purdy, or Knicks? I think we said Knicks, right? Tua's really solid this week, though. That's a solid play. But I think I go Knicks by a hair, but that's just barely. Chat, can we get a vote on that? Tua or Knicks or Tua? The data across the... Yeah, but Purdy's up there. The data across the industry has Tua slightly being started on average by people in that scenario. Slightly ahead of Knicks, but they're nearly neck and neck, bro. They're nearly neck and neck. All right, my team so far: Barkley, Gibbs, AJ Brown, Hurts. I like that. I'm banking obviously on Philly. I'm banking on the squeaky wheel getting some oil in this game, and really kind of testing out whether I'm worried about trouble in paradise. I kind of am and kind of am not. You know, AJ Brown not going in the first 12 picks kind of shows that where I'm valuing him. You know, I'm not valuing him as a first rounder right now, but I think that AJ Brown as a second rounder, equivalent, because this is as if you're drafting in the middle of the second round in a 12-team draft. I think that feels about right. I feel like A.J. Brown deserves a drop because of the drama he's creating, and he's kind of an obscure player right now. But maybe I'm answering my own question that A.J. Brown I still start over Judy because I'm drafting A.J. Brown over Judy. Judy's on the clock right now, available to be drafted, and I'm not saying I won't consider him here, but maybe I am not exactly. Let's see here. You know who I want to go here? My boy Jameson Williams. It's a little early, but I'm going to smash the JMO pick here. I got Gibbs and JMO going for a big day here. I think JMO is going to rotate, as we've said. Remember the week that I said start JMO in every single one of your drafts? He had 25 yards and a touchdown that week. I feel it again. I feel a big JMO week coming.
Yeah, Smitty.
Yeah.
Would you play JMO over MHA?
His name is MHJ. I know you like saying MSJ, but MHJ, yes. I would take JMO over MHJ right now. JMO.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But I'm rooting for MHJ. I am rooting for him. All right, hold on. Hang tight, rock out. If you don't mind muting, just to get rid of some of this little extra static there. Charles You are live, my man.
Hey, Smitty, my man, how are you doing?
What's up, bro?
Hey, I have a question to ask you. So I have Mark Andrews that was on the bye, but I had Firemuth and Ferguson as like a backup.
Okay.
Would you drop Ferguson or Firemuth for McCormick, Sincere McCormick?
I don't know. Are you really going to start McCormick?
Probably not, but I don't have 3 tight ends.
Yeah, I know. I got you. Is there another player you can pick up? Because I'm not saying McCormick isn't decent, but it's hard to imagine starting him. And I don't know that you're playing that much defense by grabbing him, but he's not bad. He's definitely on the waiver board. But is there anybody else that might be? You could almost even say defensive move, take away somebody, or are you handing somebody a tight end that really needs a tight end badly by cutting him? I don't know. It's tough to say, bro.
What's your opinion on Dalton Kincaid because he's on waiver? Would you pick him up?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I'm buying into it yet. I'm hopeful that he does bounce back at some point, but I don't know if it'll be this year. It might be next year. Maybe it never happens. He's obviously talented. Josh Allen's doing a very weird spread the ball around type of style this year that is I don't know if it's going to change in the final 3 weeks. I think, Shakir looked so good last week. People are going to start him, and he's going to do nothing. And they're going to be like, oh, my God, why did Shakir? James Cook did nothing last week. James Cook had 3 touchdowns, the week prior. James Cook's going to go nuts this coming week. I'm not saying Josh Allen won't, but they definitely are unpredictable, and I don't know that we know when Kincaid or if Kincaid will either stay healthy, play well, I don't know. I like him. If it was keeper, I'd want the keeper value potentially, but that's it. I don't know. It's not bad. I mean, McCormick or Kincaid, either one. Whatever one you think you might need the most if dire situation unfolded. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Later.
All right. Appreciate it.
Jordan Blue from Dallas. Hang tight for me real quickly, bro. What's this 90 team? Let's see what this 90 team looks like. A 90 team. That's one of the few 90s I've seen. Henry, Chase Brown, Sutton, Calvin Ridley, McBride, and JD5. How's that? That's a lot of points for that team. I'm not saying there aren't some great aspects of that squad, but here's my squad. Hurts, Saquon, Gibbs, AJ Brown, Jamison, and Juwan. It's pretty good, minus, Juwan's iffy, but those are the kind of moves that I think, make for those winning teams. All right, let's get into one more. Underdog, promo code Smitty. The link is pinned in the live chat. The link's in the description of the video. Code Smitty also gets it done if you're going manual style. Let's go into the Battle Royale, week number 15. Battle Royale, $7. Click the green button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Smash the green button, and let's get into a draft together. And this may be the last one. I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and hit active and show this. 5 more. Okay, 1 more spot. These fill quickly. Board view. Your boys drafting from the. Give it to me. Give me the 1. Give me the 1 pick. No. Got the 6. That's all right. Guess my question should have been Braylon Allen or Isaiah Davis. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jesse. Isaiah Davis did get the touchdown looks, but will that change this week? It could. It could be one of those things where Isaiah Davis is a non-factor. He did drop a touchdown, dropped another very key pass, did catch 1 touchdown. So he did get the touchdown, but him and Braylon Allen are very much used the same. And Braylon Allen looked great receiving the ball. It's a close call. I honestly don't know that I want to start any Jet player that isn't Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall if he's ready to roll. And then even then you're holding your breath a little bit because that Jets offense is awful. Drop Keon for one of these. Bigsby, Kendrick Miller, Sean Tucker, You mean Kendre Miller? I've got Bucky or Taylor Garenda. Go Taylor for sure. Vlad, come on. Taylor all the way. Drop Jameis for Young. No, I'd probably still rather have Jameis Winston. Interceptions and all. The dude just throws for a good amount of yards. Burrow, Gibbs, Cook, Evans, Judy, McBride, BT, Kyler, Pacheco, Davis, Flowers, Braylon. Drop who for Falcons D? Probably, I would say probably Braylon Allen right now of that crew. He just doesn't hold the value we thought he could. It sucks. It's unfortunate. Could it change? Could he do this coming week if, let's say, Breece Hall sat, which I'm not saying he will? Could Braylon Allen do what he was supposed to do this last week, this week? It's possible, but Gibbs, Cook, Evans, Judy, McBride, BT. Good team, though, my boy. Original, appreciate you dropping the super chat here. 0.5, start 3. CD, DK, DJ Moore, Jennings, Addison, McConkey. Start either Kyler or Nix. I'm going to go Nix. I don't trust Kyler. I'm going to go CD, Jennings, and Addison right now. Very good decision or selections you got there. PPR, start 3. AJ, Judy, Neighbors. Well, you only gave me 3 options, so we'll go with all 3. I don't know if you want to rephrase that one. But if I got to sit one, it would be Neighbors. All right, I'm on the clock here. Gibbs. Do I go Gibbs? Mixon's probably going to have a bounce back game. I'm going to do a Mixon team mixed with Lamar Jackson. Boom. Okay. Let me go to Jordan. Jordan, did I already ask you a question, Jordan, or no? Did you ask? Okay, Jordan, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? Appreciate everything you do, man.
Thanks, pal.
I have Tyreek Hill, Sutton, and AJ Brown. Are we sitting AJ Brown this week for Sutton?
That is probably like in the wheelhouse of what we need to discuss for sure. I've been proving by action that the answer for me is no. But before we started this live stream, or right when we started it, I was on the fence about where AJB was, and this drafting has helped decide it for me. I don't think I'm as scared as I should be. I'm taking him in the 3rd round here in a 6-person draft. So he's going in my top 18. And I think Sutton is worth grabbing in the later picks as another wide receiver, but I don't know that I put Sutton above AJB yet. But, it's an arguable thing. I don't think it's crazy at all. Like, could I see myself at the end of the week going, God, Sutton is better than AJB. What's AJB doing? We're benching him. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, I just think squeaky wheel. Let's get him some oil.
I'll say this. It is also supposed to rain in Philly during the game this weekend. So I know rain doesn't affect much, but it's not supposed to rain in Denver.
Yeah. We'll see, my boy.
Also, man, I have Gibbs, Kyron, and HM. I also have Kamara. Out of those 4, am I benching Kamara this week after what we saw last week?
Over who? Kamara over who?
I would say Kamara and Kyron would be more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sitting Kyron. Why would you sit Kyron?
I mean, I wouldn't see either 4 of them if I didn't have to.
Yeah. Do I go Tyreek Hill? Hey, guys, we feeling Tyreek Hill on the phone line? Tyreek Hill, Alvin Kamara, T. Higgins, Kelsey, Monty.
Yeah, I like Hill.
Let's go with Hill this week. Such a tough one. Okay, so I got Mixon, Lamar, Amon-Ra, and Tyreek Hill. All right. Anything else, bro? Or did I answer your last question? What was it?
Nah, you answered everything. Kittle or Kelsey?
Probably Kittle for now, but I do think Kelsey has a solid week. But definitely Kelsey for now overall. Or Kittle. I'm sorry, Kittle overall.
That's the bet, man. I appreciate you.
All right, later, bro.
Later.
Yeah, trust your gut on all those. I mean, they're so close. Trust your gut. Travis, what's up? You're live.
Hey, so would you play DK Ramondre or MHJ right now? And just
DK.
for context, I have JSN on already.
Probably DK.
Yeah, thank you. Taking my thoughts back.
And, not bad to start both of them. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. All right. And then Kyle Pitts, you're still holding him over Kincaid since Kincaid's been hurt.
Yeah, for now. But I'm hoping Kincaid bounces back on a terror, but I don't think it'll be this year.
I know. It's too bad.
Yeah, it is a shame.
I saw a couple people asking Hurts or JD5. I don't know if you've answered that one yet.
I think I probably the consensus data out there is JD5 is being started over Hurts slightly more than Hurts is being started over JD5 according to data. So that's interesting. I could
probably saying like on first glance I was saying Hurts, but I wanted to hear what you said, what you thought about it. So.
I haven't answered yet. I'm just telling you what the consensus is. My answer would probably be that's a tough one. I mean, I'm wavering. I do love the New Orleans matchup more. I guess give me JD5 by a hair. But it is damn.
Yeah, the matchup might change it. Yeah,
it is damn
close. That's a good one.
It is damn close. Let's see here. I got one more. Do we think can JT do anything against Denver? Kind of feeling like.
Pretty good.
I'm going to go Cook.
Pretty good defense. I don't know how they've been against the run.
I'm going to go Cook again on this one. So I got Mixon and Cook. I've got Kelsey. I've got Tyreek, Amon-Ra, and Lamar Jackson on this team. We're going to do one more draft, guys. Underdog, promo code Smitty. Link is pinned in the live chat. Link's in the description of the video. Go to the Battle Royale, and I'll tell you guys when to click the button. Okay, go to the Battle Royales. It's going to be the third card. We'll hit the green button together in a second. So smash that. We're going to get into a draft here. Horrible news about Randy Moss, man. Horrible news.
Yeah, that's sad. I hope he can, get
all right,
healthy.
Click the green button now. Yeah, that's horrible. I mean, when they were talking about his eyes bothering him, and he says, I'm battling something internally, but it didn't seem like it was gonna be what they announced.
Yeah,
just a shame, man. God, Randy Moss, such a good dude. He's such a good person too. He's one of the coolest dudes. You ever see that clip of him going in to talk to Bill Belichick about the Halloween party on Hard Knocks or whatever?
Yeah.
That was that's Randy Moss's personality. He sits down with Bill and he goes, "Hey, we're gonna have a Halloween party." He's thought about getting, we don't get to do anything. We don't get to celebrate. And then Bill Belichick's like, Halloween's a great holiday. He's like, we were wondering if you could come. He's like, we wonder if you could come, you and the other coaches. It was just like Randy Moss is just a chill dude. That was what he was up to. He was studying film, playing football, not out there partying and driving around in race cars and going to bars and clubs. Yeah. He was literally planning a Halloween party to dress up in a costume with Bill Belichick. Like, what an amazing teammate. What a good player. What a good person. What a well-mannered young man. Damn, I hope he's okay. I'm drafting from the 3 spot, guys. Hawkinson or Bowers this week? I can't sit Bowers. There's just no way. It doesn't matter. I think they're both great plays, but you can't sit Bowers. He's just too good. Start 4, McLaurin, DJ Moore, Mooney, Judy, Higgins. I'm going to go McLaurin. I'm going to go Judy. I'm going to go Higgins. And I'm going to go Mooney. DJ Moore's been injured. I'm not saying he can't outscore those guys, but that's how I'm going to play it and the reasons why. Winston or Mahomes, I think Winston might be safer, but I'm probably gonna roll Mahomes in that scenario, but Winston's probably a tad safer. He really is. I'm gonna go. Do I go Jamar Chase or Barkley? I'm gonna go Chase. Yeah, matchup's better.
Chase is so hard right now. Yeah.
Bro's so good.
Barkley plays Pittsburgh.
Bro's so good. Bro is so good.
Yeah, true.
All right. Go ahead. Who else is on the phone? KJV, what's up? You're live. And then back to Travis.
Hey, what's up, Smitty?
What's up?
Hey, so I got a couple of tight end questions. I got Sam Laporta, Jonnu Smith, Tucker Kraft, or Mark Andrews. The last three are on waivers.
What's the question?
Who would you start? Jonnu Smith, Tucker Kraft, or Mark Andrews?
Why would you not start Jonnu Smith? Like,
I don't understand why they even dropped him.
But like, what would make you? I'm not trying to roast you or anything. I'm trying to get in your mind. Like, what would make you not say, let me go with the guy who's been a top 3 tight end pretty much all year? You know what I mean? Like, I love Laporta, I do. And if there's some sort of keeper value, you got to grab him. But I love Laporta. I don't mind owning Laporta and Smith and calling it a day. And those are my 2 tight ends. But there's just no explanation as to why you wouldn't start Jonnu Smith.
Okay. Well, if I don't happen to get him off of waivers, who would you target, Kraft or Andrews over Laporta?
Well, if I just said I'd rather have Smith than Laporta, what do you think?
Okay.
I'm not trying to roast you. I'm just trying to emphasize my point. You're my boy, Blue. Laporta is fantastic. I think Kraft is really solid. I think Andrews obviously pretty decent as well. But I believe in Laporta. I think Laporta is going to finish on a strong note, and everybody's going to be all over this man walking into 2025. And if not, I'm going to be even more excited that he didn't have the finish he could have had, because now I'm going to be able to steal him away. Laporta is going to be on a lot of my rosters in 2025 because the cost of entry is going to be dirt cheap and the upside's still top 3.
Okay. All right. That was the only reason I'm asking, because I'm number 7 when it comes to the waiver order.
So you might not get him.
I'm not sure if I'll get him or not.
Yeah, you probably won't. But, you're not wrong to like Kraft, Andrews, or Laporta. They're all really strong plays. Kraft is really solid. I'd say Andrews and Kraft are probably going to be, in my opinion, a little more inconsistent going forward. I know Laporta he's been banged up, but they're starting to use him a lot near the goal line, and he looks really good for a change. That's the difference is the eyeball test. Like, he looks different than he did 4 weeks ago. So I'm excited about him.
Yeah, he does have good red zone targets.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I appreciate you, Smitty.
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro. Later. Travis, anything else?
So I have GD5 and Knicks. And I had picked up Winston for the bye week last week. Are you okay with dropping Winston in that scenario, or would you just hold him with the matchup next week against Cincy? I mean, you're not playing him over JD5 ever, right? So.
I guess if you feel like he'll hurt you the worst, will picking up somebody help you not get stung, or will dropping Winston sting you more? Like that, it's kind of defensive at this point. When you're dealing with players you're never going to play, it's like, do I want someone else to have them?
I think it would probably be like picking up another defense, but I have the Vikings, so
that can help win you. That can help win you a championship, having that extra defense, though. That's what I'm saying. If you don't think Winston will sting you, like this guy's got a quarterback, you might even be throwing a Trojan horse into the mix, and they I got Winston, and they start him instead of their normal guy. I'm not trying to say that that's the case here, but if you can pick up a D that can help you win, Ds can score like 15 points if you play it right. I mean, that could win you the league.
Right. So maybe having that second defense.
Maybe.
Awesome.
All right. Anything else, Rock Out? I'm gonna probably close the phone line down, boys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, would you play Stafford over Kyler? And I could also pick up Winston.
Stafford over, I'm going to go Kamara here. I got Jamar Chase, Nico, Burrow, and Kamara. Stafford over Kyler. What did Stafford do last week? What was his yardage and touchdown total?
Like 3 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a good. I can't trust Kyler right now.
Yeah.
320 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
I mean, look, the Rams are also playing hungry. I'm not saying the Cardinals can't get back in. Like, they're still not that far out, but I think like when you turn on ESPN or NFL Live or something, you hear him go, "Why the Rams are cooking at the right time to make a playoff point." Like, it's like you feel it. I want my quarterback to be in that. I don't want my quarterback to be trying to get out of a whirlwind of disaster. And Kyler feels like he is in the midst of all that. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Kyler's trash right now to me. I hope the Cardinals trade him.
And would you play Kraft or Muth if Pickens doesn't play?
Kraft or Muth, man, that's so tough. I like Kraft a lot.
Yeah, well, Freiermuth, what did he do? 3 for 48 with a touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown the week prior. What did Kraft have last week?
He had a touchdown.
He had a touchdown.
You see that impressive move he had at getting off the ground when he like kicked his body up? Like, that was crazy. I didn't.
That was. Did you see what that was too? I forget the guy's name. Yeah, it was like coming at it. He's a dirty player.
He's torn everyone's ACL.
Torpedoing at him.
Yeah, but Kraft.
Last year.
For those that don't know what I'm saying, Kraft was on his back and he just did one of those, like, kicked his legs up and jumped onto his feet. I was like, wow, this is a tight end.
Yeah,
he's an athletic man.
Oh, he did like the Rock where he jumped with his feet up.
That was crazy.
When he was wrestling.
I'm not saying you start your fantasy football tight end based on that maneuver, but that was pretty impressive. So it's Kraft. Name the options again. Kraft.
Kraft or Muth. But Pickens might not play.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, Pickens will almost surely not play. I'd probably go. Yeah. I'd probably go Muth by a hair.
Muth against Philly.
By a hair, just because of there's no Pickens and he'll probably get into the end zone. But I like Kraft a lot. Like, if you went Kraft and you told me now, I would probably be like, yeah, do it. Like, it's that close, bro. It's so close. All right.
Cool.
See you boys later.
Thanks, Smitty. Later.
Yeah. Mike from Jersey, you're the last caller. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, I just want to say, how about Sam Darnold last week, man, saving my season.
Yeah, Darnold looks
what a great streaming option for Bo Nix he was last week. He really lit it up. But anyway, so we had last week we had T. Higgins and AJ Brown locked and loaded at our wide receiver position. And I didn't know who to go with flex. I'm in a bigger pickle this week because I don't know, should I stick with AJ Brown and T. Higgins with all the options that I have, which is Lad McConkey, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Devontae Adams, BTJ.
Oh, man. Let me write these down because these are tough. I feel like this is gonna be a tough one. Okay, so you got Higgins
and AJ Brown.
AJB, Lad,
BTJ.
I'm not gonna write him down because your options are too good to worry about him right now. Even though I love him, but go ahead.
JSN. Devontae Adams. And I have to start a flex too, but then I have a couple running back plays that come into play.
All right, who are they?
I called last week and we didn't know who to go with flex, and we were all over the place because of the options that I had.
Yeah. What do you got?
I couldn't have gone wrong any direction.
What do you got?
Last week.
What do you got?
What do you think?
Who are your flex options?
Oh, Dowdle, Tracy, Pollard.
Dowdle. Okay.
That's it.
So one flex option. Okay. So guys, what are we doing here? We can only pick what you said, 2 wide receivers and 1 flex, or 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. 2 wide receivers. Okay. So 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. Can we get a vote on this one? I don't know how Ladd's gonna be, bro. It's tough to say. I don't know what his health status is looking like. You know, even if he played, like, is he limited? JSN feels like a lock. Pollard's pretty solid. I mean, he plays well. Dowdle's pretty solid. Tracy's pretty solid. I think I'm going to lock in AJB. Now is not the time to get cute, in my opinion. Again, panic and turmoil and trouble in Philly for sure. And then, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Higgins.
Just stick with what I've been rolling with. AJ Brown and T. Higgins for the most part, and then using JSN as a flex.
I think these are the 3 that I like right now. But I mean, bro, you're gonna get this wrong 8 times out of 10. I'm not saying you'll get it all wrong, but you're gonna one of these players will be off.
Like I said last week, I couldn't have gotten wrong. I mean, everybody got in the mid-teens, below 20s for me.
Yeah, and it might be that situation where you're like, you're wrong, but barely, you know?
Yeah. But Sam, like I said in the beginning, Sam Darnold, man, he saved me because A.J. Brown and T. Higgins did nothing for me. Darnold lit it up.
Yeah, Dowdle's pretty solid, too. I mean, you could go Dowdle over Higgins if you wanted to say, hey, Higgins, prove it to me, and not lose sleep over him having a big game because he had nothing the last week. So AJB, JSN, and Dowdle is probably your safest trio. Higgins, a little more risk, but a little more upside if you need it. That's what I'm going to end with. Final answer.
All right.
Ladd could get into the mix if we start hearing like great things about Ladd being healthy and all that. But all right, bro. Call back later in the week too if you want to ask it again and see if anybody feels differently. All right, later, bro. Brandon, you're live.
Yo, Smitty, I want to see your thoughts on a couple of streaming defenses.
All right, hit me with it.
Okay, is it crazy to look at Carolina against Cooper Rush?
No.
Because it sounds crazy to say Panthers defense, but I'm looking at the options and you got the Falcons against...
you're not the first person in the stream tonight to be like... You're not the first person in the stream tonight to be like, hey, I like the Panthers D this week.
Yeah, so you got Falcons against Desmond Ridder. You got Carolina against Rush. There's not much out there, though. I mean, what are you thinking?
Falcons is pretty good. But they're also, like, hard to trust. I mean, really.
You got Commanders against whoever the Saints are starting at quarterback.
Commanders are a good play. All right, name
I
them.
got the Niners against.
Name them off again. Commanders. I kind of like Commanders the most so far. Commanders
against Saints. Carolina against Cowboys.
Not bad.
And Falcons against Raiders. They all got backup quarterbacks.
Yeah. The nice thing about the Falcons game is that that's Monday night, so like the ball will be in your court, but that shouldn't really sway you. Commanders are a good play, bro. Not only are they going to be playing good football on the offensive side, but that might lead to the defense getting worn down on the opposite side.
So are you playing? You're playing all of those over the Niners on Thursday against the Rams?
All of those over the Niners?
Because the Niners are a better defense, but they got They got to face Stafford, Puka, and Cup, and Tyron. I don't know if I want to get involved.
I think I
with
still
that
go Commanders. I didn't mean to sound so excited about that question. I was, yeah, Commanders, bro. The Commanders might be a top 7 play this week at defense.
one. I think defense is going to win a lot of matchups this week.
Go Commanders, bro.
Gotta
I think
find the right
JD5, the way that everything's going to be flowing, it's going to all feed into each other.
Okay.
Commander season. All right, later, bro.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Commander season. Let's go. Nice, strong finish. The Commanders are going to be a nice, strong finish at the end of the year. Joshua. Have Henry, Cook, Pollard, Irving start 3. We can't answer this question yet. If Irving is good to go, then I'm starting Irving over Pollard. If not, I mean, you don't even know. Like, he played last week and then he sat because his back, took him out. I think we're at the mercy of the news, Joshua, when we don't have information. We're at the mercy of the news. We got to wait until the news helps us with this one. For now, leave Irving out. Pollard's a good play. I'm not sitting Cook. I know Cook did bad, but this is what Cook does. Cook will probably have a nice game. Appreciate you all. Underdog, don't forget, links pinned in the live chat. Links in the description of the video if you want to partake in tomorrow night's drafting or the next night. Or we're probably going to do as much as possible this week. 50% match on your first deposit all the way up to $1,000 using code Smitty. The link in the description, link in the live chat. Draft with us next time and create a week 15 draft. Don't forget, there's 3 videos up today. There's the waiver wire video, which I dropped earlier this morning or right around afternoon. Then I did the 8 p.m. show an hour early today. And so that video is on T. Higgins and Burrow and Jamar Chase and the Bengals. And then there's this video, which we talk about this turmoil in Philly. Absolute straight turmoil in Philly. And Stoney dropping a $20 hauler out of nowhere at the end of the show here. Look at this.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Too much. Stoney, appreciate you. Build my Week 15 lineup in 10-man PPR redraft. Lamar, Achane, Kyren, Amon-Ra, Thielen, Kelsey. Benches, Braylon Allen, Disley, Najee, Debo. Should I drop Disley for Stone, Smart, or Likely? Smart, safer. Man, Likely is tough. Very tempted to say Likely is a player I want a lot of people to start this week. It's dangerous, though. It's absolutely dangerous. God, he's still tight at 19 based on his early season production. I mean, he had 5 for 38, a touch last week. Or, I'm sorry, week 13. On a bye last week. Coming off the bye, New York Giants... Tough matchup on paper. I'm going to say drop Disley for Likely. I don't know that I want to use him this week, but I definitely would pick him up. You got Kelsey, so you don't have to worry about it. I would. You know why? You know why, Stoney? I don't want to pick up Stone Smart because of your name, Stoney, but I think... with this spot, you want this to be a rags to riches potential. You've already got Kelsey. You don't need it. So if Andrews goes down in the next 3 weeks, which it's not crazy to think it could happen, then Likely goes to the moon, way past where Smart would go. I like Smart. He's pretty good, though. He's pretty smart. Smart play. Give me Likely in your situation. Start Braylon Allen? No. No. You have the right team in the lineup, my boy. Don't touch it at all. Keep JT and Najee, JT, maybe we discuss that later in the week, okay? Stoney, so hit me back later in the week. Najee, JT, we need to hash that one out. That's it. That's it. You're not starting any of these other players over JT or over Thielen. You've got the right lineup in there, minus maybe JT and Najee. Stoney to the moon. Dropping the 20. My boy. That's my boy.
He's kind, he's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle it.
What has Brown done for you?
They laughed when we said he was about to be an unstoppable force for all to see. With Chase Brown, get up, get down with Chase Brown.
I'll see you all later. Appreciate all of you. Stoney, thank you. Let's have another draft tomorrow. Did he answer my super chat? Yes, Rob. I did, Rob. Rob, the answer was this one, right? It was you can't sit Bowers. I get the QBs. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe you can. Chat, is Ritter scaring you so much that you are benching Bowers, or what are you doing? He's so good, and he's got so many design plays, and I don't know. I don't think I could sit him. Is there a world where Hawkinson outscores him this week? Yes. But, chat, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm not sitting Bowers. I just can't over Hawkinson. I just can't. All right, I'll see you all later. Herquez says I didn't do their super chat. Let's see. Did I do this one? Start 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. London, Mike Evans, Garrett Wilson, Grendo. If I didn't, I'll do it again. I'm going to go with Laporta here. I strongly believe in Laporta, and I think he's getting healthier and healthier, and they're using him more. Start 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. I'm going to go... If Garendo plays, it's Garendo, Garrett Wilson, and Evans. If Garendo sits, then it's an easy call. It's London, Evans, and Garrett Wilson. Yeah, easy call. But if Garendo plays, it is a dilemma because it's like, do you sit a banged up Evans, who I think is... I still think he's so too TD capable at any moment. I can't sit him. You kick yourself if you sack Evans and he had 2 or 3 touchdowns. London's been very questionable and his situation is awful right now. So that's why Garendo would get the nod. But if Garendo sits, I'm not trusting Neighbors over London, and I'm not, yeah. So that's pretty easy. All right, appreciate you all.